Hello, everyone, and welcome in to Wintrust Field here in Schaumburg, Illinois, for this 4th of July matchup between your Evansville Otters and the Schaumburg Boomers. I'm Riley Angel here celebrating Independence Day with you on the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and now on 96.9 WYIR. First and foremost, happy 4th of July to everybody out there in this great country. Boy, oh boy, I couldn't think of any better way to spend my 4th of July than watching baseball with this team, this great facility here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I cannot wait to celebrate this 4th of July with you all here tonight. Evansville enters today 21 and 26. They are 4.5 games back of first place Washington in the Central Division. They have lost 3 in a row. In second place, Lake Erie. They're 24 and 21 after winning 3 in a row and having a really good performance and sweeping Joliet. Washington first place 26 and 22. And then in last in the Central Division is Florence 19 and 28. They are 6.5 games back. The Otters facing Schaumburg here tonight. The Boomers enter play today 28 and 20. They are of their last 7. So not great recently for the Boomers. They are a game and a half back of Gateway for first place in the West Division. Last night, Schaumburg and Florence did battle, and Schaumburg lost in the highest scoring game in Frontier League history. 23-19 was that final. So hopefully this Evansville team can spark some offense against this Boomer squad that has really struggled to pitch recently. Let's recap you from last night. Boy, oh boy, if you were at Bosse Field last night, what a time it was. 6,235 strong for that July 3rd matchup, and America red, white, and blue celebration at historic Bosse Field. What a night it was. Sadly, Evansville did not come away with a win, but you fans sure did make it special. Evansville did fall to Mississippi last night 7-6. It kind of all got started in that second inning for Mississippi, in which they scored 4 runs thanks to a 2 RBI double by Kyle Booker and then an RBI ground out and a wild pitch scoring the 4th run. They didn't get their scoring done in that inning, though. In the 3rd, they scored 1 as well. That one came on a double steal of second and then home. Paz coming in to score that 5th run to make it 5-0. Evansville did fight back, though, in the 4th frame. J.T. Benson, L.J. Jones began the inning with a single, and then J.T. Benson was driven in on a sac fly from Logan Brown later on in that 4th inning. In the 5th, Dennis Pierce with a loud swing of the bat to begin that 5th inning, a solo home run to make it 5-2. Then in the 7th, as the bullpen continued to lock it down for Evansville, J.T. Benson hit a homer of his own to make it just a 2-run ball game. That would do it for the scoring into the 7th inning for Evansville. Mississippi scored 2 in the top of the 8th, but Evansville, they did not go down without a fight in that bottom of the 8th inning. Evansville scoring 3 runs in that 8th inning, getting hits from Logan Brown, J.J. Cruz, Dennis Pierce, an RBI walk from J.T. Benson, an RBI single from J.J. Cruz, and they were oh so close, but just couldn't quite get it done at home last night against Mississippi. One good thing about that game, though, is I think it revitalized this team a little bit. The offense had struggled in that series against Mississippi, but boy, they came alive in the back half of that game, and that crowd sure did help to get behind them last night. Again, just a phenomenal crowd on hand on July 3rd. And cannot thank you fans enough for coming out, supporting this Otters team, and making it a blast last night at Bosse Field. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and look at each starting pitcher. You're listening to Otters Baseball on the Otters Digital Network, 96.9 WYIR. And happy 4th of July.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside a Wintrust Field here in Schaumburg, Illinois, the village of Schaumburg, just about 30 minutes outside of Metro Chicago. I'm Riley Angel here with you, and happy 4th of July. I couldn't think of any better way to spend this beautiful American holiday than with you here in Schaumburg with some Otters baseball. Evansville enters today 21 and 26. They face a 28 and 20 Schaumburg Boomers team. Let's take a look at both starting lineups here tonight as we get closer to first pitch, just about 13 minutes away here in Schaumburg. First for the home Boomers, batting first is Christian Fedko, the right fielder. He is followed by Andrew Stoika, the third baseman. Batting third, Michael Gould in center field. DHing Anthony Clarko, he's cleaning it up. Batting fifth, Banks Tolley in left field, followed by Kyle Fitzgerald, the first baseman. Batting seventh, Will Prater, he is at second base. The catcher, Satchel Norman, is batting eighth, and rounding it out, the shortstop, Alec Gonzalez. He has only had 4 at-bats in a Boomers uniform this year. On the mound for Schaumburg, Quinlan Wiley, the right-hander. For Evansville, it is as follows. Dennis Pierce leads it off at third base, followed by David Mendham at first. JT Benson, the center fielder, is batting third. Cleaning it up, LJ Jones in right field. Batting fifth, Graham Brown at second. Batting sixth, the DH, Paven Parks. Keenan Taylor follows Parks. He is in left field. The catcher, Logan Brown, batting eighth. And the shortstop, J.J. Cruz, rounding it out and batting ninth. On the mound tonight is the left-handed pitcher, Braden Scott, for Evansville. Let's take a look at both of these starting pitchers, starting with Schaumburg and Quinlan Wiley. He started his career really good for this Boomers team, but his past 3 starts have definitely not been his best. So far, we take a look at the numbers, and you just look at the surface level numbers, and it doesn't look great. So far this year, he is 2-1 with a 7.84 ERA. He has pitched 20 and 2/3 innings pitched, an average against of 282. So he has been hit hard so far here tonight. So far here this year, I should say. We take a look at his past couple of starts. He started the year really, really well in his first 10 1/3 innings of professional baseball. He had only given up 1 earned run, but then he got into that third start, and boy, he got hammered. In Gateway on the 17th of June, he gave up 9 runs in just an inning and 2/3. His next start had a no decision, went just 2 innings and gave up 5, and then against Washington, his last time out here in Boomers territory, went 5, giving up 5, 4 of them being earned. So we'll see if maybe this offense can get something really going against this guy who has struggled this year And tonight would be the night with your ace on the bump in Braden Scott. Boy, Braden Scott has been special his past couple times out. So far this year, 3-1 is his record, 4.09 the ERA. But that just doesn't tell you how well he's pitched his last couple times on the mound for Evansville. You take a look. Since the 12th, June 12th against Lake Erie, he got a loss with 7 innings, giving up 2 runs in that outing, and since then has not gone less than 6 innings. He followed that up with a 7 inning performance against Washington, where he only gave up two. Against Joliet, in Joliet, went 6 1/3, only gave up two, and then against Florence in a win, went 7 innings, giving up three, striking out eight. Oh, also, since that Lake Erie start, the strikeout numbers 8, 9, 8, and then 8 again. So this guy has been on fire on the mound for Evansville, and you expect nothing less from him here tonight against this Boomers team. And really a pretty big game for Evansville. I think if they come in here and are able to quiet down this sellout crowd here in Schaumburg, then boy, that gives them a lot of confidence to begin this road stretch. Again, thank you so much for listening here on this 4th of July. I'm so happy you're spending your holiday with me and with this Evansville Otters team. I cannot thank you enough for joining us here on this very special day in this country. So when we come back, it'll be the national anthem. You're listening on 96.9 WIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Back here in Schaumburg, Illinois, the coaches meeting occurring currently at the plate. I'm Rolangelo here with you. Thank you for joining us here for Evansville Otters baseball here at Wintrust Field, Schaumburg, Illinois. Evansville looking to battle back after last night dropping a heartbreaker to a Mississippi team who has been playing well as of late, but they come into town and face a Boomers squad who, on paper, yes, does look very good, but they are 3-7 in their last 10 and just lost a barn burner last night to Florence in the highest scoring game in Frontier League history. 23-19 was that final. I mean, really, you couldn't ask for a better night here in Schaumburg for baseball. Almost clear skies, a couple of bright white clouds overhead. Just a reminder, 3:57 down the lines here in Schaumburg, Illinois, 400 to dead center field. It is a huge outfield here in Schaumburg, and really a hard place to get an offense going, at least you would think. But this year, it has been playing small compared to in years past. We'll get to that a little more here right now. And last season, this Boomers team, they only hit 59 home runs in all of the 96 games they played last year. So far this year, they've hit 61 as a team. So that doesn't tell you that something is happening in this ballpark. I don't know what does. And let's really hope that Evansville is able to take advantage of it. The last time these two teams met here, Schaumburg did get the sweep of Evansville. But this Otters team has beaten this Schaumburg team so far this year. They won a series in Bosse Field all the way back at the midpoint of May. They were able to take 2 of 3 against Schaumburg at home. But the next week when they traveled here, it was just a different set of games, and Schaumburg got out in front early, and all 3 of them and were able to take a sweep. But by no means is this the same ball club that strolled in here at the end of May. This team, in my opinion, is so much better than what they were just a few weeks ago. And with the additions they've made and how those additions have been able to contribute, I think this could be a really good week for Evansville here in Schaumburg and then traveling to Washington for the road trip. Again, it's going to be hard. Winning on the road is really hard in professional baseball, especially in the minor leagues with all the travel and the restrictions and all that stuff. But I think this is the week to do it. Tonight is the night to get it started off well against this sellout crowd here in Schaumburg. And if you can quiet these people down and put up a good offensive night, and Braden Scott can do what we know he can do, look out. Tonight might be really fun. When we come back, it'll be the national anthem and then first pitch here in Schaumburg, Illinois. You're listening on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours of life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
This crowd is buzzing here at Wintrust Field in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. The crowd buzzing here in Schaumburg, and I cannot wait to get this one started. Quinlan Wiley is on the bump for this Boomers team here tonight. We talked about him a little bit during the Papa John's pregame show. Remember, fans, Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Wiley, his first two appearances looked good, but he has really struggled his last three times out. He's given up at the very least 4 earned runs, 5 runs total in each of those last 3 outings. It all started with a pitiful performance at Gateway, 1 2/3. He went 1 2/3, gave up 9 runs on 5 hits, did walk 5, really struggled in that one, and then against Windy City went 2 innings, giving up 5 again, and then giving up 4 against Washington here at home on the 28th of June. We'll see if he can right the ship here tonight against this Evansville team. Let's hope he doesn't, and this Evansville squad is able to get off to a hot start, because it really feels like they need it right now. Just to run through the lineup one more time for you, we'll do it quickly. Dennis Pierce, David Mindham, JT Benson, the first 3. The middle 3, LJ Jones, Graham Brown, and Paven Parks. And then rounding it out, Keenan Taylor, Logan Brown, and JJ Cruz. On the mound for this Evansville squad, Braden Scott. We'll talk about him in the bottom half of this first inning whenever the Boomers come to bat. 355 down the right field line, 353 down the left field line. A huge ballpark here in the village of Schaumburg. To center field, about 415 to dead center. And man, oh man, it is hard to hit one out here in Schaumburg, but so far this year, it has given up plenty of home runs. Dennis Pierce stands in. He'll be the first batter here tonight. Pierce, right-handed hitter against Wiley. Wiley looks in. The pitch. Bounced in there for a ball, 1-0. 89 degrees our game time temp. Beautiful day. A little wind out to right center, nothing crazy, but clear skies overhead. The 1-0. Swung on, grounded sharply to third, but twisting foul and out of play. It's going to be 1-1. Wiley, the right-handed thrower, standing on the far first base side of the slab, looks into Pierce. Sets, kicks, fires. Misses that one inside. 2 balls and a strike. Seating all the way down each line. Cuts off about halfway to the bullpen as the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Backhanded play by Gonzalez. Throw to first is in time for the first out. And then after seating concludes on either side, it is followed by a public lawn area for fans to sit and watch. Out in left field, a kids zone and a patio deck. Plenty of seating here at Wintrust Field. Here's David Mindham batting second. The first pitch he sees just misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. Mindham on the year, 303 his average, 847 the OPS. Has a homer, 11 RBI. The 1-0. Takes that one outside, 2-0. Also, really good eye at the plate. 23 walks for him. The 2-0 pitch. Missing just above the letters, make it 3 balls, no strikes. So quickly, David Mindham ahead in the count here to Wiley. Wiley just trying to get back into this at bat. The next pitch. That's the automatic right there, 3-1. Evansville, despite the 6 runs they scored last night, over the past really just 3 nights, they've been sluggish to start games as the 3-1 count. Swung on, grounded sharply in through the hole on the right side for a single. David Mindham, first hit for the Otters here tonight here in this first inning. And it brings up JT Benson. Benson last night, a monstrous solo homer. We'll see how he does here tonight. He's been, even though the offense has struggled, he has not. He's been really good through the struggles for Evansville. The pitch. Swung on, chopper to third, fielded by Soika. Throw to second in time to first, in there for a double play. So a 5-4-3 to end this first inning. We now go to the bottom half, no score here in Schaumburg. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Braden Scott takes the mound here for Evansville in this one. He looks to continue his stretch of really good play over the past month or so. He has now pitched 5 straight quality starts, going all the way back to the 7th of June against Washington, where he went sixth, allowing just 1 run. And after that, boy, he's been locked in. So if anyone is going to shut down this Boomers offense, I think it's this guy right now in Braden Scott. He'll have his work cut out for him. Christian Fedko will be the leadoff man. Right-handed hitter, the lefty, and Scott kicks and fires. In there for a strike, 0-1. Fedko with 4 homers on the year, 30 RBI. He's walked 31 times. 0-1 pitch. Left up and away, a ball and a strike. 313 is average entering play today, 857 the OPS. 1-1. Drops in there on a nice breaker. It's 1-2. Evansville and their road unis, the gray bottoms, blue tops. Blue cap as well as the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, jam shot, pop up towards the right side of the mound. Under it, the second baseman, Graham Brown, who makes the catch, 1 away. For the Boomers, it's their home white unis with black and orange trim. Here's Andrew Soika, left-handed hitter, wide open stance to the plate. Stands fairly close. The pitch. Missing down and in on the fastball. It's 1-0. Soika has had a productive year. 288 the average, 868 the OPS, 40 RBI, 5 homers. The pitch. Up and in, make it 2 balls, no strikes. There's a shadow fully covering home plate. The rest of the field is in the sunshine to begin this one. As the 2-0. That one drops down and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Scott at times can get into some trouble as the 3-0. Bullseye, 3-1. He'll have an inning or two each night where it seems like the control isn't really there, but his last couple of outings, he's been able to work through it and give some really quality outings. The 3-1. Swung on, grounded to short. Fielded by Cruz. Throw to first in time for out number 2. The defense behind Scott is as follows. In the outfield and left is Keenan Taylor. Center field, J.T. Benson. Right field, L.J. Jones. On the infield at third, Dennis Pierce. At short, J.J. Cruz. At second, Graham Brown. At first, David Mendham. And behind the plate is Logan Brown. Michael Gould stands in the pitch. In there, it's 0-1. Gould, for the 3-hole hitter of this team, he's done well. OPS over 900 at 922, the 0-1. Swung on, popped him up. That'll get into the lower deck stands. And it's 0-2. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people leaving with a souvenir tonight, if I were to guess. So Scott ahead of Gould, 0-2. The lefty agrees. Steps back, kicks, and fires. Way high. Tried to overthrow the fastball there. It's 1-2. One thing you don't want to do is try and overthrow, especially early, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, slicing into right center field. Hustling over is Benson. Dives, can't make the catch. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Gould on his way to third. They are going to hold him there. It's a 2-out triple for the Boomers center fielder. The first knock for Schaumburg comes on an opposite field extra base hit for Michael Gould, and it brings up the one of, if not the most dangerous hitter in this Frontier League, and Anthony Calarco. Calarco, a former Evansville Otter, played a little bit for this team last season, but has really found his footing here up near Chicago. Has 15 homers, 65 RBI. He's on pace for 130 as the first pitch for him. That one's taken for a strike on the outer edge, 0-1. Not only a power guy, he can do it with the average as well. 362 and 1100 OPS. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed way out in front of the curve. 0-2. So Scott with another 0-2 count. We'll see how he attacks him here. With a guy like this, you really just don't want to attack him in the zone on 0-2, really. The pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go around? He did not, says third base umpire Brandon Boucher. Takamatsuya calling the balls and strikes. Dalton Phillips over at first. That is the umpiring crew. The 1-2 pitch now from the lefty. Swung on and missed, strike three. Braden Scott works through a 2-out triple, his first German-American Bank strikeout of the night. Strands that runner over at third. We're through one, no score. Here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Quinlan Wiley back out there on the bump here in this second inning. LJ Jones will face him to begin. A scoreless first frame here in Schaumburg. LJ, he's been red hot. He really has had 2 hits last night in the loss as the first pitch he sees. Nicks the bottom edge of the corner. It's 0-1. Jones right-handed, now power hitter. He's really found that power stroke, which is good to see from a guy like him as the 0-1 pitch. Inside, had him jumping out of the way, 1-1. Especially because you usually see your corner outfield guys providing a lot of the offense for teams. The corner outfield and the corner infielder is really supposed to do that, the 1-1. Low, 2-1. And for Evansville, they've gotten it. Pierce over at third, he does well. Mindom at first. Then Keenan Taylor, LJ Jones, the corner outfielders. 2-1. Changeup drops low again, make it 3 balls and 1 strike. So Wiley continuing to struggle with the command. Here early, he hasn't given up a walk, but he's been all over the place. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed on the fastball, 3-2. Scoreless through 1. We're in the top half of the second inning. Just getting started in the top of the second. 3-2 the count here to LJ Jones. Jones now stands in again. And the payoff pitch. Up and in, ball 4. So LJ Jones with a leadoff walk here in this second inning. And it brings up now Graham Brown. Graham Brown, man, it's been tough to watch. He has just struggled so mightily as of late. We know how good of a hitter he can be. We saw it at the beginning of the year when he was just destroying the baseball. As the first pitch that he sees squares around, missing the sacrifice bunt, 0-1. Brown is 1 for his last 22. Now, the good thing about that is he's only struck out 5 times during that stretch, so he's still making plenty of contact as the pickoff throw, no play. That's really when you start to worry when you see a guy have a stretch like that, 1 for 22, but he has 10, 11 strikeouts. But Brown, not that type of hitter, makes contact, and when he really gets a hold of one, he's able to send it a long way. That's the Graham Brown we want to see back here in this Otters uniform. Remember, at one point of the year, his average was up near 350, now all the way down at 269. The 0-1 pitch to him. That one misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crowd continues to file in here at Wintrust. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, bounced to short. Fielded by Gonzalez. Slipped to second for one. Throw over to first in time for the double play. Second double play in as many innings for Evansville. And now all of a sudden there are 2 away here in the second frame for Pavin Parks. Pavin Parks, he's really been hitting the ball well. Last night he did go 0 for 4, but did draw a walk to continue his on-base streak as the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Benson, just a guy that never wavers in the box, always takes good at bats. He's walked 26 times this year. So you know what a big part of his game is. That's the 0-1 pitch now. Swung on and missed out in front of the changeup. It's 0-2. But the good thing is we start to see that power flash that we saw last year whenever this guy was on the Otters team for just the back half of the season, but he really impressed. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No score, top 2. Wiley with the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Wiley collects his first strikeout. The Otters grounded to a second double play already here in the second inning. We now go to the bottom of 2, no score here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com.
No score, bottom of the second. Banks Tolley stands in. Tolley in left field tonight. Another one of these Boomers bats that has really come alive in 2025. The Otters had gotten runners in each of the first 2 innings, but have grounded out into a double play in each of the first 2 innings. The first pitch to Tolley is grounded past the diving glove of J.J. Cruz into left for a single. So the leadoff knock for the Boomers brings up Kyle Fitzgerald. And we'll see how big those double plays play into tonight. Again, really, really early. But against a team like this, which puts up runs and puts them up quickly, even with your ace on the mound, you want to take advantage of the opportunities that you're given or that you've earned, really. Fitzgerald, right-handed bat, 307 the average, 4 homers, 26 ribbies, 22 walks as well. He's got the pitch. A little high on the change. It's 1-0. Tolly over at first, getting a little bit of attention from Scott as he looks into Brown, agrees, and now looks towards first. Out of the stretch he works, hands belt high, the pitch. Swung on and missed way out in front of the slider, 1-1. Scott works primarily with a fastball, changeup, slider, curve. Fastball touches 90 every once in a while as the 1-1. Swung on, bounced foul behind the plate, 1-2. But he'll mostly sit around 89 with the fastball. If the adrenaline really gets going, I've seen him as high as 92 this year. Quickly ahead of Fitzgerald, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from the Otters ace. Swung on, ripped, base hit down the left field line. That's going to roll all the way near the corner. Tolley hustling to third. They are going to send him home. Taylor bobbles it and left. The throw home, there is no throw. Boomers get on the board. So an RBI double for Kyle Fitzgerald puts the Boomers in front 1-0 early here in the second inning. And now it's Will Prater. Boomers quickly with 3 hits here in the first 2 innings. And now a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the second. Nobody out. Up 1-0. Prater, left-handed hitter. The pitch. Missing just below the knees. A ball, no strikes. Corners playing in, expecting a sacrifice bunt from Prater. Infielders, the middle infielders playing back. Scott looks back towards second. Kicks and fires. That one finds the zone at the knees. It's 1-1. So 1-0 Boomers. Scott agrees once again. Hands belt high, looking once again back towards second. The pitch. Missing outside once more. 2 balls and a strike. This Evansville team, they've lost 3 in a row, coming off that sweep against Mississippi at home, just concluding yesterday. Really trying to right the ship as the 2-1 pitch. Scoring around as Prater places it down perfectly down the third base line. Pierce going to watch it go foul. Boy, what a break for Evansville there. That's a real lucky roll, and now Prater, who thought he had a bunt single, will have to walk all the way back to the plate. That one placed perfectly down the third base line, but catching that lip of the infield grass and rolling just foul. Count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Here, bottom 2, 1-0 Schaumburg. The wind has calmed down a little bit. At the beginning of the game, it was really blowing out to right center, has since calmed a tad. The 2-2 now from Braden Scott. Swung on, popped him up. That's going to get foul and overhead. Our first overhead foul ball of the night. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Prater continues to battle. The lefty from Powder Springs, Georgia, awaits the 2-2 pitch. Cold strike 3, front door slider. Braden Scott, nasty K there. His second German American Bank strikeout. Now Satchel Norman. Norman, the Boomers backstop. Boy, he struggled with the bat. 161 average, 613 OPS. But when he hits the ball, he hits it hard. He has 8 doubles. As the first pitch he sees is taken just outside for a ball, 1-0. And you're starting to see that more and more. Guys who maybe struggle a little bit with the bat, but when they do hit the bat, who do hit it, boy, it's loud. We see that with Justin Felix on the Otters. as the 1-0 pitch here. That one's low, 2-0. To use a Major League Baseball example, maybe Gary Sanchez that last couple of seasons with the Yankees, especially at the catcher position. As long as you're good defensively, they could really care less what your bat does, especially at this level and even as you creep up into the majors. 2-0. Swung on, bounced foul through the third base coaching box and then off the dugout. 2-1. Now, obviously, at the major league level, you have to be able to hit major league hitting a little bit consistently. You think of guys like Austin Hedges, who's just phenomenal defensive catcher, great clubhouse guy, and just can't hit to save his life. All I'm trying to say, the archetype is not abnormal. The 2-1. Called a strike on a pitch that looked like it was a little low, but Scott will take it. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-2 count, this time to the backstop in Norman, who takes his time and will make Scott wait even longer on the bump. Two balls, 2 strikes, and out. 1-0 Boomers, bottom 2. They have a runner on second. The 2-strike pitch here to Satchel Norman. Swung on, fouled right back into the screen. Will do it again at 2-2. Braden Scott, so consistent on the mound. He doesn't let anything rattle him, and that really shows in his performances. Scott, the lefty, hands belt high, looks back towards second out of the stretch, fires. Just misses up and away on the fastball, 3-2. Really good spot. But Norman able to lay off. So a payoff pitch will be incoming from Braden Scott. He sets. Fires. Missing inside on the curveball for ball 4. Now 2 runners on base for Schaumburg. It brings up Alec Gonzalez. At the end of the day, maybe not the worst thing in the world. Sets up the double play now, but you would have really liked a strikeout there. Get yourself 1 out away. Gonzalez, in his first 4 at bats, went 1 for 4. He has collected 3 RBI already for Schaumburg. 250 making that the average. Going 1 for 4. The pitch. That one right down Main Street, 0-1. No balls, a strike, and out. Scott looks in, agrees with Logan Brown, sets, and fires. A little high on the fastball, 1-1. So maybe that pitch giving him a bit of trouble trying to locate high and just missing a little bit. But again, we know Scott, a veteran worker out there. He'll battle his way through it. He's pretty much seen it all at this point in an Otters uniform. The 1-1, never mind. As he steps off, fakes the throw to second, and now steps back on. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 runners on for Schaumburg. And the pitch. Swung on, foul tip. And at the plate, it's going to be 1-2. Another hot, steamy day here in the Midwest. Would you expect anything different, especially the way the Northeast has been feeling this summer? Almost welcome 90-degree temperatures when it gets as hot as it has in that area of the country. The 1-2 pitch now to Gonzalez. Checked his swing, fully went around, strike 3. Braden Scott, his 3rd German-American bank strikeout here through 1 2/3, and it now brings up the top of the order in Christian Fedko. Fedko softly popped out to Graham Brown over at second base his first time. The Boomers' right fielder stands in on the right-handed side, looking to put some more on the board for Schaumburg. The pitch. That one down and away. It's 1-0. Scott looks back towards second. Now towards the plate. The pitch. Just missing high above the letters. Make it 2 balls, no strikes. On second is Fitzgerald. On first is Satchel Norman. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Here it is out of the stretch. That one ripped down the third base line and foul. It's going to be 2-1. Still out crowd here in Wintrust, about 12,000 strong. A lot of people. Scott with long shadows, the pitch. Swung on, number to third. Charging is Pierce. Throw to first in time for the out. So the Boomers get one, but boy, Braden Scott works through a tough one. We now go to the third, 1-0 Schaumburg here on 96.9 WYAR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Back here for the third inning now. Evansville trails this one 1-0 after Schaumburg able to get one in that bottom half of the second frame. We'll see how they respond. Wiley still on the mound here for this Schaumburg team. Keenan Taylor to lead us off here in the top half of 3. Taylor had a really good pinch hit opportunity last night, just couldn't quite break through. He was the one that was called out on that interesting strike 3 call as he takes inside for a ball, 1-0. The pitch inside as well, 2-0 now. So we'll see how Taylor responds tonight after that game last night. Again, baseball is just a game where you have to have such a short memory to be successful. The 2-0. Down and away, 3 balls, no strikes. You expect him to come in here and really give his all. The 3-0 pitch now. Right down Main Street. That one the automatic, 3-1. Taylor, another guy who has just had such a good year. The pitch swung on, line drive, base hit left field. Taylor with a hard hit liner over the leaping glove of Gonzalez over at short. For a leadoff single, now that is 3 straight innings that Evansville has been able to get a base runner on. We'll see if they can avoid grounding into another double play. They grounded into two already, one to in the first and one to get 2 outs in the second after a leadoff walk. Logan Brown, the batter, and the pitch. Squares around, places down a bunt first base side. It's in no man's land. Hustling over there is Brown, a race to the bag, won by Wiley, the pitcher, for the out. But an interesting play nonetheless. It'll go down as a 3-1 putout. And now J.J. Cruz with a runner on second stands in. Cruz had a really good road trip before the 6-game homestand when they went to Joliet, then Gateway. Had a clutch solo homer against Florence in the finale that disappeared into the night sky. He's really turned it on as the pitch. Never mind. Fake toss over to second. Wiley steps off and now will step back on again. Cruz awaits the first one. Here it is. Missing high on the slider. 1-0. A lot of vertical movement for Wiley, not only on the slider, which you expect to have vertical movement, or horizontal movement, I should say, but on the changeup and the fastball as well. You can visibly see it, the 1-0. Swung on, line drive, base hit. That's going to get into the alley in right center. Here comes the tying run in Taylor. He's going to score easily. An RBI single for J.J. Cruz, 1-1 now. So the Otters strike right back. 1-1 the score after the J.J. Cruz RBI single here in this top half of the third, and it brings up the top of the order and Dennis Pierce. Pierce grounded out to short to begin this ball game. The pitch down and away, missing on the change. It's 1-0. Cruz over at first, not a stolen base threat. As Wiley looks back towards him and sets, hands just above the belt. And the pitch. That one catching the corner on maybe a fastball. 1-1. So now this is an inning where you hope you can maybe explode a little bit, take the lead. Obviously still early in this game. But taking a lead and sucking a little bit of air out of the crowd seems like a big deal at this point. Pickoff throw, they nearly got him, and they did. Never mind the big inning talks. Picked off over at first is J.J. Cruz. He'll head back to the dugout. Dennis Pierce will continue as at bat. Again, the count 1-0. And Cruz, a guy that doesn't steal. Got an aggressive lead over there as the 1-0 to Pierce. Swung on, fouled right back into the netting. It's 1-1. I mean, J.J. Cruz he has one stolen bag this year. So now you wonder why the lead was so aggressive. Maybe they saw something in Wiley's delivery that they want to exploit. As the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped in the air, right side, twisting towards the line. Hustling to it, a trio of boomers, and it falls just barely in foul territory off the edge of the bullpen mound. Count's going to stay at 1-2. And if that drops down to fair territory, Dennis Pierce might have himself a double. Fitzgerald, Prater, and Fedko, the first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder are all converging on it down there. Medium deep right field down the line. And it fell maybe about 5 inches foul. It was close. It was clearly a foul ball. You could see the puff of dust coming up against that bullpen mound down there. But Pierce will do it again. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch from Wiley to the third baseman. Swung on, grounded hard, and eats up Gonzalez. It goes over into left field. That's going to go down as a hit for Dennis Pierce. Boy, that was scorched. I mean, that's just a hard play to make over at short. That ball was hit so hard on a line to short. Took the shortest of hops I've ever seen. On the backhand, Gonzalez tried to snag it, but really just had to get out of the way and prevent his face from being broken on that liner. Now David Mendham with a runner on first and Pierce. Mendham singled back in the first inning. In the pitch. Swung on, chopped softly to second, fielded by Prater, tossed to first in time for the out. So that ends the third. Evansville with some offense, though. They score 1 on 3 hits. They do leave 1 on, but the score now tied at 1 apiece here on 96.9 WYR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Back here inside Wintrust Field, 1-1 the score here in the bottom of the third inning. Evansville able to get one back there in this top half of the third thanks to a J.J. Cruz RBI single. And now we're all knotted up again. Brand new ball game, pretty much. It will be Andrew Soika, Michael Gould, and Anthony Calarco, the 3-2 up. So really the most dangerous part of this order is the part that Scott is going to have to face here in this third. The first pitch to Soika. That one missing outside on the curve. It's 1-0. Really enjoyed, though, what I've seen from Scott. He's attacking these hitters. He has 3 strikeouts, but also inducing some contact, the 1-0. Grounded up the middle and softly, but it's going to sneak through for a hit. Leadoff single from Soika. His first, and now it's Michael Gould who had that 2-out triple in the first. Did not come around to score. Like I was saying, Scott induced soft contact there just to the wrong part of the field. Now you wonder if Soika's going to take off. Scott looking towards him, and the pitch to Gould. Swung on, popped him up. That's going to get near the sweets and overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Gould, the 0-1. Slider missing outside and high. Make it 1-1. Soika, who's over at first, does have 13 stolen bags on the year. The 1-1, never mind, pickoff move, not nearly in time. He does lead this team in stolen bases, does Soika. The next closest is Alec Craig with 8. And he's not playing tonight. He's not starting. The pitch. Swung on, banged foul near the third base dugout, getting everybody out of the way. 1-2. Couple of jumpy players over there. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on first is Soika. Infielders at double play depth. Pierce is guarding the line over at third. The pitch. Swung on and missed, blew the fastball by him. Gould goes down swinging. Fourth German-American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott. And here comes the big boy in Anthony Calarco. Calarco struck out his first at bat against Scott. Squatting down in that left-handed stance. The pitch. That one missing inside on the changeup. It's 1-0. Boy, Scott wanted that one. Scott sets far third base side of the slab. The 1-0. Catching the zone in the up and away corner says Matsua. It's 1-1. Count evened up. Same as the score. 1-1, bottom three. The pitch. Catching the zone at the knees on the fastball, 1-2. So Scott not scared of Calarco. I mean, he's attacking him with fastballs in and around the zone. Really, the one thing you have to worry about is just leaving one over the middle because this guy doesn't miss him. The 1-2. Runner goes. Swung on, chopped foul, third base side, and everyone will retreat back. Count stays 1-2. Soika will have to try that one again. The one good thing, or the thing I really enjoy about this ballpark is deep down the lines, you're not going to get a cheap home run. It extends backwards about 25% of the way into each gap from the foul pole to the gap, about 15 feet, or if not more, back. Not going to get any cheapies. The 1-2. Outside on the changeup, 2-2. See a lot of ballparks nowadays tailored to, well, not nowadays, even the older ballparks, which aren't used to the power that some of these guys have, tailored to more home run hitter types. 2-2. Missing low, and the battle continues. Count 3-2. So it's refreshing seeing the fence extended here in Schaumburg. The payoff pitch. Swung on in, missed, strike three, way out in front of the curve. Fifth German-American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott. Here's Banks Tolley. Tolley singled his first at bat in the second. The pitch. Missing low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 now to Tolley, who's really turned it around. Never mind, they might have Soika picked off. No, just barely not in time. Soika, his first move was towards second, but quickly got back to the bag. And you wonder there if maybe his tall frame helped him a little bit. Soika standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, but looks bigger. Want to know the count to Tolley. The pitch. That one catching the zone at the knees, 1-1. Soika did attempt to steal during that Calarco at bat, but had to retreat back to first thanks to a foul ball that Calarco hit. See, now if they send him again, the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to right. Tailing towards the line, hustling over to it is L.J. Jones. He lets it drop in front of him, places it on a bare hand. Quick throw into second, holds all the runners. So they'll be at the corners with 2 outs. They were playing Tolley to pull in the outfield, and I think that's just about as good of a result as you can get. If one falls out and right, LJ quickly cut that one off and was able to do a really good job of getting that one in quickly so the runner in Soika over at first couldn't go from first to home, especially the speed that Soika has. It's impressive that they were able to hold him over at third. Runners to the corners, 2 away. here in the third. No one holding Soroka at third base. The pitch. That one just missing up and away, I assume. It's 1-0. So now Scott going to have to work through some trouble again. The Boomers with 5 hits through the first 2 2/3 innings of this game. They've only scored once. The 1-0. Missing low, 2 balls, no strikes. Fitzgerald doubled in a run an inning ago in the second. Two balls, no strikes to count, 2 away. And the pitch. Swung on, blasted down the left field line and foul. 2-1 now. That ball was scorched off the bat of Fitzgerald. Thankfully, was way out in front. Fitzgerald standing in on the right-handed side, slightly open stance for him. The pitch, just a little upstairs, 3-1 on the fastball. So Fitzgerald ahead in the count. On deck is Will Prater. We'll see if they even give Fitzgerald something to hit here. The pitch. Missing outside for ball 4. That's the second walk that Scott has issued, and now bases loaded. But I don't think you're too mad at that right now, given at least numbers-wise the type of hitter that Fitzgerald is compared to the type of hitter that Prater is. Prater more of a contact guy, draws walks, but he's not going to really threaten you throughout the at-bat with a homer. Yes, this league can hit home runs. That's just part of baseball now. But I don't think that Will Prater is as big of a threat as Fitzgerald is. Plus, you kind of like the lefty-lefty matchup here. Again, you do have 2 outs, so you only need 1, and there's a force at any base. Here's the first pitch to Prater. Takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Prater ahead in the count, and the pitch from Braden Scott. Swung on, lifted in the air to right center. Fairly well hit, hustling over is L.J. Jones, makes the catch in front of the track. So Braden Scott once again works out of it. He has 5 Ks through 3. 1-1 the score here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND
Back here in Wintrust Field. What a great night for baseball this is. We're through 3 innings and we're tied at 1 apiece here in Schaumburg. I think for this Schaumburg team, the crew here in Schaumburg. This is probably a nice little change for them compared to what they've seen the past weekend here in Wintrust Field with the amount of high-scoring games that there have been here at this place. But just 1-1, and we're only through 3, so there's still plenty of time for scoring as JT Benson will lead us off here in the top of the 4th. And the first pitch that he sees is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So no balls a strike. Excuse me, no. It is no balls and a strike. The pitch from Wiley outside, 1-1. There it is. Benson, a really good bat, really good offensive year for him. Awaits the pitch from the righty and takes it outside for a ball, 2-1. So 2 balls, a strike, and the pitch. Swung on, tapped foul on the play. We'll do it at 2-2 now. Benson really just has good at bats too. We don't give him enough credit for that, but he really does battle up there all the time. The 2-2. That one missing low. 3-2 now. The catcher in Norman thought it was strike 3, was beginning to throw it around. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout there for Wiley. It brings up LJ Jones. Jones walked in his first AB. First pitch he sees is socked foul and into the stands. It's 0-1. Jones right-handed bat. 1-1 the score, top of the 4th. Thank you so much for joining us on your 4th of July, the 0-1. Swung on, little jam shot flare into shallow left. In on it is Tolley, makes the catch, 2 away. So Wiley seems to be settling in here. Again, his past few starts have been anything but good. He was never really able to settle in any of them. He made an improvement his last time out, going 5 innings, giving up the 5 runs, only 4 of them earned. But here, this is exactly what Schaumburg wants from this guy. As the first pitch now to Graham Brown is low, 1-0. And if you're manager Jamie Bennett, you're really happy with what you're seeing from Wiley currently. 1 ball, no strikes the count. And the pitch. Missing inside, 2-0. And this is what Wiley needs to really eliminate from his game is the walks. That's what gets him into trouble. Yes, he gives up a lot of hard contact, and he has his past 3 outings. Again, just the walks, the 2-0. Catching the outside corner, 2-1. Again, you look at the numbers. 5 walks, 3 walks his past 3 outings. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up foul and overhead. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. And the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air, soft liner to right. Back on it, Fedko makes the catch for the 3rd out. So decent contact there from Brown, but for not. We're halfway through 4, 1-1 the score here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resource support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-64-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Bottom of the fourth inning, just about ready to get going here in Schaumburg, Illinois. It'll be Satchel Norman, Alec Gonzalez, Christian Fedko, the 3-2 up. Here's Satchel Norman. He battled well in his last at bat and earned a walk in the second. The first pitch is swung on and lasered into center. Over to it, Benson dives, makes the catch. J.T. Benson once again here in Schaumburg, making a spectacular diving grab in center, ranging towards left center. Well, I'll tell you what, he must really love that rangy outfield out here in Wintrust Field. What a play there from Benson to get the first out. Here's Alec Gonzalez. The first pitch he sees is a bender left outside, 1-0. So there's a play of the day candidate in the Frontier League here in this fourth. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Out in front of the change, it's 1-1. Sometimes all you got to do is tip your cap. 1-1. Right down Main Street, 1-2. Gonzalez has been good over at short, at least from what I've seen. Rangy shortstop. Good on the backhand, the 1-2. Swung on, fouled at the plate, and it's going to stay at 1-2. And again, shortstop's another one of those positions. Shortstop and catcher are the two positions where really, if you're able to play incredible defense, the bat, it can be okay. It can be meh. The 1-2. Swung on, bounced to first, and out of play. It's going to stay 1-2. And not saying that Gonzalez is bad with the bat or anything. We've only seen this guy take, now at this point, 5 at-bats in a Boomers uniform here in the Frontier League. But it's just that position, just a premier spot. Such a premier spot on the infield anywhere you play, no matter what level. The 1-2. Cold strike, 3 at the knees. Braden Scott, his 6th German American Bank strikeout. He's looking really good right now, but he faces the top of the order for a 3rd time at this point. Here's Christian Fedko. Fedko 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped out. And the pitch. Missing outside, a ball and no strikes. Scott, the lefty, begins the wind, kicks and fires. Low. It's 2-0 now. Scott agrees with Logan Brown behind the plate and quickly deals again. That one finding the edge, 2-1. I'll tell you what, Scott pulls no punches when it comes to speed on the mound. He gets the ball and he just goes. Speaking of, here's the 2-1 pitch. Down and away, 3 balls and a strike. Again, here it is. It seems like today, instead of 1 inning, it's been 1 batter per inning that he's kind of struggled command-wise. The 3-1. That one finds his own, 3-2. I'd almost rather it be at just 1 batter per inning. Because if you have 1 total inning where you're just not really feeling it, they can put up big numbers to pay off. Inside ball 4, so Fedko reaches base for the first time here tonight. It's via the walk here in the 4th. Brings up Andrew Soika. Soika 1 for 2. He singled an inning ago in the 3rd. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The middle infielders are playing him to pull. Cruz basically up the middle near second base. And Brown, the second baseman, playing in shallow right. Playing real deep out in right field is L.J. Jones. The 0-1. Swung on high pop-up, twisting behind the plate. That's going to get foul into the stands for strike number 2. Into the lower seating area. For a second, I thought I was going to maybe be able to make a play. But I guess not. We'll just have to wait another time. That is one thing that I want to check off my bucket list. Catching a foul ball as a broadcaster. 0-2 the count to Soika. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Made him look foolish on the breaker. 7th German-American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott. We're through 4. 1-1 the score here on 96.9 WYAR and the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Back here in Schaumburg, Illinois. So much for joining us here today. Again, the score 1-1 here in the top of the 5th. Parks the batter. Here it is. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Pavin 0 for 1 today. Here it is. Swung on, Tapper foul, third base side. Hustling is Wiley. He picks it up, throws to first. It is not in time. Pretty much a bunt single there for Pavin Parks, hustling down the line. brings up Keenan Taylor. Taylor now works with the runner on first. Taylor singled and eventually came around to score a couple of innings ago in the third. First pitch that he sees is taken in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Now you wonder if maybe the Otters maybe try to take a chance here, gamble a little bit, put Parks in motion, given the way this game is gone. And your ace is dealing, but again, you just know how explosive this offense can be. As the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, high fly ball into left. Pretty well hit. Back on it is Tolley, ranging near the track, near the wall, makes the catch. Taylor hit it well, but just barely missed it for the out. And it brings up Logan Brown. Brown hit a sac bunt in his first plate appearance. Top of the fifth, 1-1 the score. Each team with 1 run on 5 hits. No one with an error. Brown works with the runner on first and Parks. The pitch. Catching the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Brown, a good offensive catcher. You'll love to see it. Pickoff attempt, not in time. We've mentioned it previous this year, but it's been a lot of time in the Atlanta Braves or grip on the baseball there behind the dish, but did eventually. Count, no balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Here's the pitch to Logan Brown. Outside, 1-2. Brown looking for a big hit here. Go ahead run on second here in the top of the fifth. The pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air, tailing foul, and that's going to get out of play into the seats. Going to stay at 1-2, and the battle continues. It would feel really nice if Evansville can get the lead, but again, this offense, the Boomers offense, the team they're playing, scary. The pitch. Swung on, popped him up third base side, foul territory. Hustling over is Soika near the bullpen and makes the catch. In the Otters bullpen for out number 2. It's now J.J. Cruz. He had the RBI single in the third to put the Otters on the board. Who says he can't be the one to drive in the go-ahead run and Paven, who's standing at second. Cruz, left-handed hitter. Awaits the first one from Wiley. Here it is. Missing outside, 1-0. One thing that's surprising about Wiley is that he has been not great at throwing first pitch strikes. He's done better as the 1-0. Swung on, high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Back on it, Fetko, near the track, near the wall. See ya! J.J. Cruz, 2-run blast to right. 3-1, Evansville. So Cruz continues his good day. Now 3 RBI, all 3 accredited to him. And brings up the top of the order and Dennis Pierce. Time called. Soika and the third base umpire having a bit of a conversation. Now they depart, and we're ready to play more baseball. Pierce awaits the first pitch. Outside, 1-0. So a big swing of the bat from from J.J. Cruz. And it's 3-1 Evansville. The pitch. Catching the outer edge for a strike, it's 1-1. Pierce with some power himself. We'll see what he does. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. So top of the fifth, 3-1 Evansville in front. Evansville has scored 2 this inning thanks to a two-run home run from J.J. Cruz. 2 away in the inning, though, as the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball into shallow center. Under it is Michael Gould. Makes the catch for the third out. So we end the fifth, but not before J.J. Cruz with a 2-run shot to put the Evansville Otters in front 3-1. We go to the bottom of the fifth here on 96.9 WIIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDcasa.com.
Michael Gould to lead it off here in this inning. Evansville now at the lead 3-1, bottom of the fifth. The first pitch from Scott misses low. It's a ball and no strikes. But boy, it was a 2-run home run from J.J. Cruz that gave them the lead, the 1-0. Swung on, line drive into center. Breaking back on it now is Benson. Hustling, it's over his head and bounces up against the wall. Gould's hustling. He's rounding second, heading for third. He's going to have another triple. This one leads it off. Throw gets away, but backing it up is Scott. Gould with his second triple of the night. You don't see that too often. Someone with 2 triples in one night. But here it is in this one. And it brings up Anthony Calarco now with nobody out and a runner in scoring position. The pitch. Swung on, line drive hard into right. In on it, Jones. He makes the catch. Here comes Gould. He is going to score easily. So a sac fly for Anthony Calarco. Gets one back for Schaumburg, make it 3-2. Brings up Banks Tolley. Tolley 2 for 2. Had Braden's number here tonight. As the first pitch that he sees is taken for a strike, 0-1. So 3-2 now the score. Schaumburg with one back here in the fifth on the sac fly from Anthony Calarco, the pitch. Make it 1-1 now as that one caught the zone. The pitch now, outside. So 2 balls, a strike, and an out. Here it is. Missing outside again, make it 3-1. No one up in the bullpen for either side as of yet. Here in the fifth inning, bottom of the fifth to be exact. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Nasty breaking ball there from Braden Scott. Make it 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Here, bottom 5, 3-2 the score. Otters in front. And the pitch. Up and away for a ball. That's going to be a 1-out walk here for Banks Tolley, who reaches base now for the 3rd straight time. That's Kyle Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has also reached twice. He has a hit and a walk. The pitch, missing outside, 1-0. So you hope that Scott gets a little more control here in this frame. Looks towards first. The lefty kicks and fires. Swung on, lifted in the air to center. Coming in on it is Benson, makes the easy catch in medium deep center field for the second out. And now it's Will Prater, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. Prater is the one that flew out to right to end that 3rd inning and strain the bases loaded for Schaumburg. Here's the pitch. Squares around, places one down in foul territory. It's 0-1. So Prater saw the infield not playing him to bunt, tried to place down a bunt hit here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, but couldn't quite place it down in fair territory. And the 0-1. Missing outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Prater, left-handed hitter, slightly open stance. Runner on first base for Schaumburg. 2 outs, bottom 5, the pitch. Swung on, popped him up. Foul territory, 3rd base side. It's going to get foul into the... It's going to be 1-2. Again, a sellout crowd here at a Wintrust Field in Schaumburg, Illinois. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. German American Bank strikeout for Braden Scott, his 8th. Schaumburg does get 1 back, but that's all they can muster. It's 3-2 Evansville in front here on 96.9 WYIR in the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND casa.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Quinlan Wiley still on the mound here for Schaumburg. He's done a good job, so why not keep him out there here for the sixth? He will face David Mindom, JT Benson, and LJ Jones, who are the 3-2 up. First pitch to Mindom. In there for a strike, outer edge, 0-1. Mindom takes such good at bats. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. It's 0-2. Mindom is 1 for 2. He singled in the first, grounded out in the first pitch he saw in the third inning. Mindom, the left-handed hitter. Awaits the 0-2. Swung on, bounced up the middle. Look what I found. Quinlan Wiley. Underhand toss to first in there for out number 1. Tough break there for Mindom, but got to take it on the chin. And next up, JT Benson. And you almost feel like here in this top of the sixth that 3 is not going to be enough. Yes, the bullpen could go out there and score four scoreless frames as the first pitch to Benson. Falls in there for a strike, 0-1. But you never know, especially with a home run hitting team. I mean, it's just, they can be back into it so quick. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one catches the zone on the outside corner. It's 0-2. So Benson quickly behind in the count. Here it is. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Benson goes down swinging. Third strikeout for Wiley. And it brings up LJ Jones. Jones, a walk and a fly out the pitch. Down and away at 1-0. So we will see if he's able to do anything here to extend this sixth inning. It will be Braden Scott back on the mound. No one even up and warming in the bullpen. The 1-0 pitch is low, make it 2-0. Jones really good at picking his spots. The 2-0 pitch swung on and fouled into the mitt. It's 2-1 now. Two balls, a strike, 2 outs. Here it is. Down low, 3-1. Jones is trying to extend the inning here for Graham Brown in a 3-1 pitch. is down low, ball 4. So L.J. Jones works his second walk of the day. And surprisingly, that is only the second walk for Wiley, even though it feels like he's been a little wild. Graham Brown, the batter, looking over towards first is Wiley. And the pitch is going to be low for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 3-2 Evansville in front, top of the 6th. Each team scored in the 5th, 2 for Evansville in the top half, 1 for the Boomers in the bottom half. Here's the 1-0 offering. Swung on, blasted down the left field line, twisting foul and out of play. It's 1-1. Graham got a hold of it, just out in front a tad. So count now 1 ball and 1 strike. Jones small lead at first. Pickoff move, not in time. The 1-1 pitch. Up and in, had him bending backwards. Ball gets away. Jones will swipe second, takes the round, thought about going to third, but wisely retreats back to the bag. So now a runner in scoring position for Graham Brown. Again, here in the top of the 6th, 3-2 the score. Evansville, the leader. There will be a quick chat on the mound between pitching coach Jason Stowers and his guy and Wiley. The Boomers not with anyone up in their pen. Evansville, no one going for them either. There's starting to be some stretching going on, but again, nothing that signifies anyone's getting ready to come into the ball game. Same thing with Schaumburg. And if someone's stretching using the weight bands, nothing that screams, we got to get ready quickly. Here's Graham Brown again. The 2-1 pitch from Wiley as he sets and fires. Inside ball 3, 3-1. Pavin Park's on deck. And the 3-1. Inside, got him on the hip. So Wiley just completely losing track of that one, and now 2 runners on. Each have reached via one version of the free pass. L.J. Jones with a walk. Brown now with the hit by pitch. And it brings up Pavin Parks here with 2 outs and a chance to extend this lead for Evansville. Again, 3-2 the score. Pavin basically had a swinging bunt single in the 5th inning and stole a base. He was stranded at second. Actually, no, he was not. He came home on that J.J. Cruz home run. The first pitch. That one's down and in for a ball, 1-0. And this is where the control issues really seem to be catching up with him for Wiley here in this 6th inning right now. He does have 2 outs, so you got to make sure not to try and spoil this opportunity. Runners on first and second for Evansville. The pitch. Low ball 2, 2-0. And now there's throwing in the Boomers' pen. It looks like Braden Scott will be coming back here in the 6th inning. So, I mean, he's twirled a gym. Why not? No one even sniffing getting up and going for Evansville. 2-0 the count. Wiley, hands belt high, delivers. That one finds the zone on the changeup. It's 2-1. Beautiful night here in Schaumburg, Illinois. Sun beginning to set on this wonderful evening. The 2-1. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike, so it gets even more interesting. Reminder that Keenan Taylor is the one on deck. He's been so good with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year. Paving ahead in the count, 3-1. 2 outs, 2 runners on for Evansville. Top 6, they're up 3-2. And the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So the Otters will now have bases loaded. The last 3 have reached via the free pass. A walk, a hit by pitch, and then another walk. As Ross Thompson is up and warming for Evansville in their bullpen. For Schaumburg in their bullpen. Ross Thompson, a former Evansville Otter, was released last week, signed by the Boomers. Now here's Keenan Taylor. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the pitch. Called a strike on the up and away corner, 0-1. On first is Parks, on second is Graham Brown, on third is L.J. Jones. And the pitch. Catching the zone at the knees, it's 0-2. Keenan is 1 for 2 tonight. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases juiced in the 6th. It's a tough at-bat here to take. Down 0-2 already. A pitch from Wiley. High, ball 1, 1-2. Ball gets away briefly from Wiley. Thankfully for Schaumburg, Prater was behind the mound to take it in. Evansville would really love a run or 2 here in this situation. Just give yourself a little bit of insurance. The 1-2. Outside, 2-2. So the deuces are wild here in the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Evansville up by just a measly run. 3-2 is their lead. The next offering. Low, ball 3. Count is full. This crowd trying to get their pitcher into it. Here's the payoff. Swung on, roped down the left field line and foul. We'll do it again at 3-2. Wiley sets, hands just above the belt, looks in to Taylor. The payoff pitch to Keenan. Swung on, line drive, base hit left field. This will score 1. Here comes the second run. They're going to hold Pavin at third. The throw to third allows Keenan to get into second. A 2 RBI double for Keenan Taylor. 5-2 Evansville in front. Oh, and what a big swing that was for Evansville, scoring 2. And now it gives you some breathing room as Logan Brown stands in. Man, and what a great at-bat it was. As well as, looks like this is going to be the end of Quinlan Wiley's day, and it is. So he will exit going 5 2/3, and a new pitcher comes in for Schaumburg. We'll talk more about him when we come back here on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Ross Thompson will be the new pitcher for Schaumburg. Former Evansville Otter. We'll see how he does here as he faces Logan Brown. And the pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Thompson was released by Evansville just last week. This is his first action as a boomer. He was signed today for Schaumburg. Here's the 0-1. Outside, it's 1-1 now. Brown, big spot here. 2 runners still in scoring position for Evansville. They lead it 5-2. And the pitch. Missing outside, 2-1 the count. Two balls, a strike, 2 outs. Thompson sets and fires. Swung on high, chopper up the middle. Charging is Gonzalez. Fields throws to first in time for the 3rd out. So that ends the inning, but not before Evansville takes a 3-run lead. A 2 RBI double from Keenan Taylor. And now it's 5-2, Evansville in front. We now go to the bottom of the 6th here in Schaumburg on 96.9 WIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Boomers up to bat. It'll be Satchel Norman to lead him off as Braden Scott stands in on the rubber again here in his sixth inning of work. Norman against him is 0 for 1 the pitch. In there for a strike, 0 1. Norman was the victim of that diving catch from JT Benson in left center field as the 0-1 pitch spins in there for a strike, 0 2. That was back in the fourth inning. Evansville up 5-2 here in the bottom of the sixth. They've played well. The 0-2. Swung on, lifted in the air, pretty well, hit to right. Back on it is Jones making the catch and colliding up against the wall softly. We're out number 1. So 1 away here in the sixth. Now brings up Alec Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice against Scott. The pitch. Missing outside. It's 1-0. Man, Scott has been so good tonight. The pitch is low, 2-0. Just looks so confident on the mound here tonight. You look around the league as Scott looks in the 2-0 pitch. That one finds his own 2-1. Gateway and Lake Erie still deadlocked at 0 in the top of the sixth. Florence over Joliet, man, 10-2. Florence leads that one, the 2-1. Inside 3-1. Joliet currently has lost 6 in a row. This would be their 7th loss in a row if that score holds. Man. 3-1. Swung on, bounced to third and foul, 3-2. Washington and Mississippi also at zeros in the bottom of the seventh. So a couple of teams that Evansville wants to lose, the Crushers and the Wild Things, both tied at 0 with their opponents, and then Joliet down 10-2. The payoff pitch. Swung on, bounced foul again at the plate. And Joliet, that team that Evansville is battling for a wild card spot against. So again, this downfall for them, in which they've lost 6 in a row, this slide is good for the Otters. The 3-2. Swung on, tapped foul once more, and Gonzalez continues his good battle here against Braden Scott. Count stays full. No action up on either side, so you would imagine that in the top of the seventh, we will see Ross Thompson again. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. Braden Scott with his ninth German-American Bank strikeout. That brings up Christian Fedko. That signifies the top of the order. Fedko against Scott tonight is 0 for 1. Scott has worked brilliantly through 5 2/3. The pitch in there, 0 1. And he's attacking these guys. He's not nibbling. There have been a couple of at-bats where he's gotten behind early and it's cost him, but he has pitched so well tonight, the 0 1. That one in there, down and away corner. Perfect fastball, 0 2. Fedko calls time. Now there's warming up in the Otters bullpen. Looks like John Beamer. The 0 2. Swung on, soft liner up the middle, and it gets past Graham Brown at second base for a hit. A 2-out knock for Fedko on a fastball inside that jammed him. So it's a 2-out knock that extends the inning. And now Andrew Soika. First pitch here to Soika. Spins in there on the front door, a curveball. It's 0 1. So you would think that with someone in the bullpen, boy, the leash must be getting a little thin for Scott. Pitch count must be up there. The 0 1. Catches the zone 0 2 at the knees. Again, Beamer up in the Otters bullpen. He has been so good since transitioning from a starter to a reliever. Here's the 0 2 pitch. Missing outside. It's 1 2. Fireworks beginning to be let off here around the Chicago area. You can see them and hear them. The 1 2. Swung on, laser into right field. That's going to drop down for a single. Jones quickly getting it into the infield, but it will allow Fedko to get into third. Runners now at the corners now for Schaumburg. After two straight 2-out knocks from the top of the order, and it brings up Michael Gould, who does have 2 triples against Braden Scott tonight. So Gould is 2 for 3, 2 triples. Here comes Max Peterson to the mound. Now the question is this just a meeting or is there going to be a change? Beamer has been warming up. You would think he's ready whenever needed against a tough guy in Michael Gould. We'll see. Currently just a conversation. They're pointing, and that'll do it. So Braden Scott exits after 5 2/3 brilliant innings. When we come back, we'll talk about Beamer here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them, stand up, speak out, B for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
So it'll be John Beamer in to relieve Braden Scott. Braden went 5 2/3 really strong innings. A really good job from him. Had 9 strikeouts. Did allow 4 walks, but he pitched around it. He only given up 2 runs thus far. He is responsible for both runners on base. Tying run to the plate and Gould. Here's Beamer. The pitch. Runner goes. Check swing. Throw down is a fake throw. They did say Gould went, so count 0-1. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Schaumburg. Smart play there from Brown to hold that ball and not try to catch the runner stealing. Because I'm sure if he threw it down, they would have tried to steal home as well. Same thing Mississippi did last night. No balls and a strike, 2 outs to Gould. Beamer, the pitch, never mind, steps off. Looks towards second and now will step back on. And now we'll call a meeting with Logan Brown, and they will meet halfway between the mound and the plate. Sky darkening here in northern Illinois, northeastern Illinois, I guess you could say. No balls, a strike, 2 outs. 2 runners on for Schaumburg. Big situation here for Beamer. The pitch. Swung on, tapped foul. Back near the Boomers dugout, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 5-2 Otters in front. 6. 2 runners on for Schaumburg. Tying run at the plate. The pitch from Beamer. Outside. And good back pick there from Brown to keep it in front of him. 1-2. Beamer looks into Brown behind the plate and sets. Hands at the abdomen. Looks back towards second, fires. In the dirt, bounces, and again, Logan Brown able to keep it in front of him. Runners not to advance. Now count evened up at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Otters would really love to get out of this inning scoreless. Keep that 3-run lead. The pitch. Just missing outside. Count is full. The payoff. Cold strike 3 on the down and in corner. Michael Gould thought he had ball 4, but Beamer somehow gets out of it with a German American bank strikeout. We now go to the 7th, 5-2 Evansville in front of 3-run lead. Here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
It'll be J.J. Cruz to lead us off here in the top of the seventh inning. J.J. Cruz is 2 for 2 tonight. He's been good. A two-run homer and then an RBI single in the third. That homer came in the fifth. See how he does here against Ross Thompson. Thompson, the right-handed pitcher, sets and fires. Squaring around is Cruz, and he nearly busted into his own dugout 0-1. So no balls to strike nobody out. Thompson with the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air pretty well to right. Back on it, Fedko. Near the track, near the wall. See ya! J.J. Cruz, his second homer of the night. Make it now 6-2 Evansville. Sixth of the year for J.J. Cruz, pretty much to the same spot. He has a 4 RBI day, and he's responsible for 4 of the 6 runs Evansville has put on the board. And it brings up Dennis Pierce. And what a stretch J.J. Cruz has had. The pitch. Pierce takes low for a ball, 1-0. Now a 4-run lead for Evansville. Thompson looks in, kicks and fires. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. The pitch. Up and in. Had to lean back, did Pierce. Nearly got him in the helmet. 2-1 to count now. Evansville feeling good about their offense here in the seventh inning. They still have 12 outs to get. The pitch. Swung on, line drive into left. That's going to get down for a knock. Dennis Pierce with a single, his second hit of the night. That one into left field. And now it's David Mindom. Mindom's 1 for 3. He's grounded out twice, a single as well for him. Ross Thompson with the first pitch to him. It's taken for a strike on the outer corner. It's 0-1. The pitch. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Evansville in front 6-2 over Schaumburg. Here, top of the 7th. Now you just hope they can close it out. The pitch. Called a strike down in corner 1 and 2. The ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on first is Pierce. The pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit down the line and left. That's going to be cut off by the left fielder Tolley in time to hold Pierce to second. But now 3 straight knocks for the Otters here against Thompson. Still no one up in the bullpen for Schaumburg. And here's JT Benson. Jones has walked twice today. One time he hasn't been on base. He flew out to left on a little jam fly ball, the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. The Otters with 10 hits on the day, 6 runs on those 10 hits. Boomers with 2 runs on 8 hits. The 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away. Jones takes his time and will now step back in the box. Beautiful night here at Wintrust Field. Not a cloud in the sky currently. The pitch. Swung on, tapped foul at the plate. 1 and 2 again is what the count will be. Again, celebrating this great country's birthday. Next year, number 250. Just such a great day across this great nation to celebrate our independence, our freedoms that we have that in other places some people don't. That's the 1-2 pitch. Gets away, bounces up into the backstop. Here comes Pierce. He scores standing. Rounding second, heading, not going to third is Mendham. He goes back to the bag. Make it now 7-2 on the wild pitch when Dennis Pierce comes in to score. Count 2 and 2 now. As I was saying, sometimes you just gotta, you have to be thankful. We were lucky enough to be born in this country, or those who are lucky enough to obtain entry into this country. 2 and 2 pitch. Swung on late through the third base coaching box. Nearly got Andy. It's 2 and 2 still. So those who are born citizens or those who earned citizenship, all of which are free under our great nation. And it's a great day to celebrate that. Reminds you every year around this time of how lucky we truly are. The 2-2, runner goes. Swung on and missed. Inside it got L.J. Jones, and he's holding that right forearm of his. That's going to be a swing and miss for strike 3. So going to third will be Mendham. Jones did strike out. I think that was more of a defensive swing than anything. They're just trying to protect himself from getting hit. But he did get hit, so that's strike 3. Second strikeout for Ross Thompson. Excuse me, first strikeout for Ross Thompson. It brings up Graham Brown with runner on second. Thompson with the pitch to Brown. Swung on, tapped foul behind the plate, and it's going to be 0-1 to start. So 2 runs have scored here in this inning. It's 7-2, Evansville in front now. Thompson sets, looks towards second. The 0-1. Swung on, high fly ball field, back on it. Tully makes the catch near the track for out number 3. So that ends the inning. Evansville, though, does get 2 on 3 hits. They do strand 1. We now go to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here in Schaumburg here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
John Beamer back on the mound here in the bottom of the 7th after getting out of that jam in the 6th with a German American Bank strikeout. It'll be Anthony Calarco to face him. Calarco is 0 for 2. He hit a sac fly in the 5th. See what he does here against Beamer as the pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. So Evansville has done all of their work in the past 3 innings. 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. The pitch catches the zone low, 1-1. One of those runs, thanks to a solo shot for J.J. Cruz. Swung on, bounced to second. Backhand play by Brown. Stops on a dime, throws to first in time for the first out. There is one away here in the 7th inning. Now it's Banks. His team trails by 5. The pitch in there, 0-1. 7-2 Otters in front. Boy, tonight has been a nice breath of fresh air so far for Evansville. Again, still plenty of baseball to play as Beamer fires. In there, it's 0-2. You just hope that bullpen's able to shut this thing down and we get out of game 1 here tonight with a win on July 4th. The 0-2. Swung on in, missed strike 3. Second German American Bank strikeout for John Beamer here tonight. And it brings up Kyle Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald had a RBI double back in the 2nd. He's been quiet since. He has a walk and a fly out. As the pitch from Beamer here is swung on and bounced to short. Charging his Cruz. Fields. Throws in time for the out. So the Boomers go down quietly. 1-2-3. Beamer sends them. We now go to the 8th. 7-2. Evansville here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812 464 7800. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VANDCasa.com.
Here comes Pavin Parks to lead us off here in the eighth. The DH has a hit tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. See what he does here as Thompson works again here in this eighth inning. The pitch. That one finds the zone on the back door. It's 0-1. So Thompson, he pitched the last out of the fifth, the whole sixth, and then, the last of the sixth, the whole seventh, and now the eighth. 0-1, bounced it, 1-1. So a ball and a strike, nobody out to Pavin. And again, talked about it earlier in this game. Pavin just has been so good as of late. The pitch. That one catching the outer edge. It's 1-2. You just wonder when that wee stretch is going to come where he just demolishes everything, because he's certainly capable of it. Here's the 1-2. Just missing outside by about an inch. It's 2-2 now. What a crowd on hand tonight here in Schaumburg. I know I've said it multiple times, but it really is impressive the amount of people they've packed into this ballpark tonight. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled right back. It stays at 2-2. Especially because this place, it holds a lot of people. Probably about double the capacity, just attendance-wise, of Bosse Field. And now this is 2 straight nights where the Otters have played in front of a sellout crowd as the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So down goes Pavin. Second strikeout for Thompson. That brings up Keenan Taylor. Taylor awaits the first pitch. Here it is. Outside, it's going to be 1-0. Taylor, an RBI double in the sixth. Had a single as well. As Thompson looks in behind the plate and fires. Inside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, and out. The pitch. Swung on, fought off foul the opposite way, and that's overhead. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Thompson looks in again, stoic as always, the pitch. Swung on, chopped softly down the third base line, and kicks foul. It's 2-2 now. Keenan has just been so red hot. I mean, this entire year, it seems like he hasn't lit up, hasn't been given a break at all. And by giving a break, I mean takes a break. The 2-2. Swung on, high fly ball down the left field line. Back at the track, at the wall. Is it fair? No. If that ball is fair, it's gone. No question about it. Just barely tailed foul towards the very end. And the count now stays at 2-2. Could have been a solo shot from Keenan Taylor, but just missed it. Just a tad out in front. The 2-2. Swung on, bangs foul, wide of third. We'll do it again at 2-2. So Taylor continues to battle here in this at bat against Thompson. The entire Otters team has done such a good job all night of doing that. Gets whatever pitcher the pitch. Hit on the ground softly to short. Fielded by Gonzalez, so to first in time by about half of a step for out number 2. So 2 away quickly here in the 8th, and it brings up Logan Brown. Brown, left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 2. First pitch he sees is popped up. Third base side, foul territory. Hustling over is Soika, who makes the catch for out number 3. So 1-2-3 go the Otters in the 8th. We now go to the bottom half. 7-2. Otters in front by 5 here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
It'll be Will Prater here. It's still John Beamer for Evansville. Prater 0 for 3. See how he does here against Beamer. To be the first time that he's seen Beamer here tonight. The pitch, missing down and away for a ball. Couple of scoring updates. Mississippi in front of Washington now 2-1. Gateway over Lake Erie 1-0 in the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-0. Finds the downward part of the zone, 1-1. 12-3, Florence is biting Joliet tonight. Top of the 8th. There, man, Joliet just can't buy a win right now. The 1-1. Swung on, high bouncer up the middle. Fielding it is Brown. Crossbody throw over to first, not in time, and gets past Mindham. No one will advance. It's going to be an infield single for Will Prater. He probably would have beat it out anyway. And it brings up Satchel Norman now with the leadoff base runner on. Norman, the batter, is 0 for 2. As there's going to be time called as over at first. Will Prater seems to be dealing with a little bit of discomfort down the first base line. He says he's okay. Everyone goes back, and we're going to continue to play on. So Norman stands in on the right-handed side. The Boomers catcher awaits the first pitch from Beamer. Here it is. Missing inside. It's going to be 1-0. Norman, again, has struggled this year. As that one way outside gets to the backstop. Beamer yanked it, and now runner on second with nobody out. On the wild pitch. Two on the count. On second stands Prater. Small lead. Beamer resets the 2-0 offering. That one misses down and in, 3-0. Seven to 2, Otters in front, bottom 8. 3 balls, no strikes to count. And the pitch. That one catching the zone, make it 3-1. Norman awaits it. Here it is. Ball 4, missed high. So 2 straight base runners here for the Boomers. That brings up Alec Gonzalez. Here comes Max Peterson to the mound. We'll see if this is a conversation or if they decide to take him out. Nick McAuliffe is in the bullpen for Evansville. So he's one of the big boys that they bring in whenever they're in trouble, that's for sure. So now a conversation for everyone is we do have a pinch hitter. Aaron Simmons will hit for Alec Gonzalez. And Aaron Simmons, one of the guys that got the off day, but man, he played well. The left-handed hitter has a big spot and a big chance here for Schaumburg. On the year, Simmons, 268 the average, 6 homers, 21 RBI. He has 9 doubles on the season. He's one of their primetime guys. He played a lot of left field this year as the first pitch that he sees. Squares around, then pulls back and takes ball 1. So that'll get the corner infielders' attention. Big spot here for Evansville defensively. Beamer in trouble, the 1-0. Swung on, line drive, base hit, left field. This was for 1, cut off by Taylor. He falls to the ground, pops up and throws it in. That'll hold the runner at third. Boomers get one back at 7-3 now. So an RBI single for Aaron Simmons, and now Norman to third. And here comes Max Peterson again, and it looks like this is going to be it for Beamer. So Nick McAuliffe will be the one to enter. And again, McAuliffe, one of these guys that, boy, he has been called upon in some tough situations. Doesn't get much tougher than this. When we come back, we'll talk about it. Bottom of the eighth, 7-3 Otters in front. Here on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
It'll be Nick McAuliffe. They come in and pitch. Score 7-3. Evansville in front here. Nick McAuliffe comes in. Runners on the corners. Nobody out, and he has to face the top of the lineup for this Boomers team. 4-run lead for Evansville, but man, again, when you're playing against a team like Schaumburg, it's hard to say a 4-run lead is a whole heck of a lot. Infield will be drawn slightly in, but nothing insane. And a pitch clock violation on Fedco, and the count is 0-1. So for a second, I thought it was on McAuliffe, but McAuliffe starts ahead 0-1 in the count. The pitch in there, no balls, 2 strikes. McAuliffe has been a huge arm out of the pen for Evansville this year. Asked to pull it off again. The 0-2 pitch here to Fedco. Outside, it's 1-2. McAuliffe this year, a 3.50 ERA in 17 appearances. He has struck out 26, just walked 9. He does have 2 saves and a 13 K per 9. The 1-2. Swung on, lifted in the air, pretty well hit left center field. Rushing over is Benson, and he makes the running catch up. Never mind, he dropped it. Here comes one. Here comes the second run, and Simmons, no throw. Now just a 2-run lead for Evansville at 7-5. Boomers trying to storm back. So a 2 RBI double there for Fedco. It brings up Soika. Boomers have scored 5 runs and 11 hits, no errors tonight. They've scored 2 so far, still nobody out here in this 8th inning. The pitch to Soika. Missing outside, 1-0. Evansville with 7 runs on just 10 hits. No errors. McAuliffe looks in and sets, looks back towards second and the runner in Fedko. And the 1-0. Down and away, 2 balls, no strikes. McAuliffe trying to battle back here in this at-bat. Soika quickly ahead, 2-0. The wide open left-handed hitter awaits the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, way out in front of the changeup. It's 2-1. McAuliffe sets, fires. Swung on, popped him up on the infield. Should be playable. Under it is J.J. Cruz. 1 away. Big. I know it's only 1 out, but feels big. Here's Michael Gould. I mean, pretty much what it is to this point is you don't want to face Anthony Calarco, who's on deck, with him being the winning run. First pitch to Gould. Swung on, line drive, base hit center field. And they're going to hold their runner at third. Volk quickly got away from Benson. Buddy recovered and fired it in. And now they're at the corners for Anthony Calarco. I said it at the top of the broadcast and throughout this game, but I don't think it meant as much then as it does now. Anthony Calarco is the scariest hitter in this league. 15 homers, 65 RBI. The pitch, swung on and missed, 0-1. Not only that, he's drawn 29 walks, has 19 doubles, an OPS up and over 1,100. This is a tough guy to get out. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Calarco represents the go-ahead run. Otters up 7-5. The pitch from McAuliffe. Checked his swing. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1. Middle infield double play depth. 1-1 the count. The go-ahead run at the plate. And the pitch. Swung on down the left line for a base hit. This is going to score a run. It's going to scoot all the way to the corner. Here comes the tying run. He's going to score. Anthony Calarco, a game-tying double here in the 8th. And the Boomers have come all the way back with 5 runs in the 8th inning. Now Banks Tolley with a big chance here. Go ahead run is at second. Here comes Max Peterson. He's going to talk to his pitcher. There will not be a change. No one is up in the bullpen. The Boomers have scored 5 here in this 8th inning to all of a sudden grab the lead to tie the game at 7. The Otters felt like they were in total control of this one coming into this inning. But this offense is never out of anything. Here comes Banks Tolley. Tolley, it doesn't get any easier with him. He's 2 for 3, the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Tolley, 2 singles back-to-back in the second and the third. Walked in the fifth and then struck out an inning ago in the seventh. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and out. Bottom 8, 7-7 the score. Runner on second is Calarco, the pitch. Swung on, fouled into the screen. Count stays at 0-2. McAuliffe looks into Logan Brown and sets. Hands above the belt. Now below it. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Brown throws to first with a drop third, strike 3. 2 away here, and that's McAuliffe's first German American Bank strikeout. It's Kyle Fitzgerald. He looks for a big 2-out knock here. Fitzgerald trying to deliver in front of the sellout crowd. McAuliffe wants to prevent it. The pitch. Down and away. It's 1-0. Infield straight up, same with the outfield here. 1-0 the count to Fitzgerald, who does have 4 homers in the year, 307 his average entering play. The pitch. Swung on, fouled right back to the backstop. It's 1-1. Also has 26 RBI. Had an RBI double back in the second, so make that total 27. McAuliffe sets, looks towards second, and the 1-1. Swung on and missed, briefly gets away from Brown. Runner will advance to third. But the count is 1-2. Calarco now just 90 feet away. Fitzgerald stands in. Right-handed hitter awaits the 1-2 from McAuliffe, who looks in and sets. Big deep breath. Time call. So Fitzgerald wants to think it over and now steps back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High, just stopped by Logan Brown. That one nearly got to the backstop. Count 2-2. Crowd getting into it. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. McAuliffe with his second German American Bank strikeout gets out of it. But the Boomers come all the way back. They score 5 in the 8th. We are tied at 7 here on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Back here as Dylan Stutzman comes in for Schaumburg in relief of Ross Thompson. J.J. Cruz will now bat. So Aaron Simmons is now in left field. Over to center slides Tolley. J.J. Cruz stands in. Stutzman sets, and the pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. To shortstop goes Will Prater. So 9-1-2, this order due up. A couple of arms in the pin, double-barreled action for Evansville. The 1-2. Swung on, high fly ball. Right field. Back on it. Betco near the track. See ya! J.J. Cruz. Third homer of the night gives Evansville the lead. Are you kidding me? Third straight homer. This one to put Evansville in front. His fifth RBI of the night. 8-7 the score. Pierce awaits it. He takes strike one. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's all I can say. Have yourself a night. The pitch. Swung on, fought off foul and overhead. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Hedge Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And now it's just Alex Valdez up to pitch. In the bullpen for Evansville, no more double-barreled action. Oh, the 0-2, outside 1-2. I mean, does it get any better than that for a baseball player? An RBI single to start your day, get picked off, and then you just go bananas. Two-run homer, solo homer again. And one of them to give your team the lead in the ninth. The 1-2 is fought off foul right back. Count stays. The pitch. Swung on another foul ball. Pierce having a good at-bat here. And I know you have the lead now, and you are going to feel fine with that in the bottom of the ninth. But, man, you would love an insurance run basically because it's pretty much a clean ninth inning. A leadoff homer in the ninth is perfectly fine. And now you just treat this one like a fresh inning and try and battle yourself an insurance run. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Did he go around? He did, says home plate umpire Taka Matsua. So that's a strikeout for Stutzman, his first. Here's David Mindham. Wyndham has 2 hits. He's 2 for 4. The pitch. Outside, 1-0. A ball, no strikes to Wyndham. 1 away here in the 9th. The pitch. Swung on liner, snagged at short by Prater. Throw to first is in time for the out. The pitch to Benson in there for a strike on the down and away corner. Benson, right-handed hitter. The pitch from Stutzman. Swung on and missed. Really nasty breaker there. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8-7. Evansville in front, top 9. The pitch. High, make it 1-2. The pitch just misses outside on the slider, make it 2 balls, 2 strikes, and deuces are wild. So 2-2 the count. 2 outs, top 9. Evansville up by the pitch. Prater fouls it off. It's 0-1. Valdez has been very good in stressful situations this season. That is for sure. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Valdez does have multiple saves this year as he kicks and fires the 0-2. Up and away, 1-2. He has 4 saves on the season, trying to get number 5 in a huge spot. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Tossed to first, in time, 1 away. First German American Bank strikeout for Alex Valdez. And here's Satchel Norman. Norman tonight is 0 for 2. He's walked twice. The pitch fouled right back, and it's 0-1. Bottom of the 9th, 8-7 Otters in front here in Schaumburg. 0-1 the count to Norman as the closer is in. The pitch. Checked his swing, didn't go around. It's 1-1. A strikeout to begin the inning for Valdez here in the 9th. 2 more outs to get. The pitch just misses outside. It's 2-1. Valdez a deep breath on the mound and steps on. The right-hander looks into Brown, agrees, and quickly into the motion. The 2-1. Catching the outside corner on the fastball. It's 2-2. Not a soul has left the ballpark tonight. Still packed jam full. The 2-2. Low will have a payoff. On deck, Aaron Simmons. The payoff pitch. Outside ball 4. To the tying run now on base. That's the second straight at bat and third time total tonight that Satchel Norman has walked. And it brings up Aaron Simmons. Simmons with a chance to do something big for Schaumburg. The pitch. Inside, 1-0. Over at first, Norman, I don't expect him to try and take off. He does have 5 stolen bases on the year, so he's proven he can do it, but this is a high-stress situation. The 1-0. Swung on, grounded past the diving glove of Vindham into right. Norman heading to third. He's going to be held there. They're at the corners now. Back to the top of the order. Well, this was the part that did the damage in the 8th, an inning ago. Fedko tonight. It's 2 for 4 and a 2 RBI double. That was last inning in the 8th. Tying run 90 feet away. Winning run at first. The pitch to Fedko from Valdez is outside, 1-0. Doesn't get any more stressful than this. The pitch. Catching the outside corner on the fastball, 1-1. Valdez looks towards first. Sets. Kicks. Fires. Swung on. Fouled right back. It's 1-2. It's been one of those nights. The 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Foul ball. So count stays 1-2. Briefly there, the ball popped up from behind Brown, but it was tipped foul. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. One away, runners at the corners. 8-7 to lead for Evansville. Tough spot for Valdez. The pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Brown, 2-2. The pitch. Swung on, grounded to third. Going to second for 1. Turned to first, not in time. So the tying run scores on the ground out. And the fielder's choice RBI will go to Fedko. Here comes Andrew Soika. 8-8 the score, bottom of the 9th. Winning run at first. Here's the pitch from Valdez. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. So this Boomers team has scored 6 in the past 2 to tie the ball game here in the bottom of the 9th. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, tapped foul at the plate. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it is. Just missing high, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Soika trying to play the hero. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off his own ankle. Awkward fall, but he pops right back up to his feet. Seems to be in a tad bit of pain. Just readjust the shin guard, and we'll get right back after it. 1-2 the count. So Evansville was able to jump back in front here in the top of the 9th inning. But Schaumburg fighting right back. They've each scored a 1 in the 9th, tied at 8. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled right back off the glove of Brown, and the count stays. Valdez with a look towards first. The 1-2 pitch. Just missing low, 2-2. Long battle here from Stoika. The pitch. Swung on, tapped foul again, and Valdez is struggling to find the put-away pitch. Stoika giving him a tough battle here. Staring in as Valdez now sets. The 2-2. In the dirt, blocked by Brown. Count is full. On deck is Michael Gould, who has 3 hits tonight. The pitch, runner goes, inside ball 4. So Michael Gould will stand in with the winning run in scoring position. Bottom of the 9th, tied at 8. Max Peterson out to talk to his pitcher in Valdez. On second is Fedko. He's the winning run. It'll be Michael Gould to hit. And he's 3 for 5. A couple of triples and a single. Meeting has concluded on the mound, and back behind the dish is Brown. Valdez trying to send us to extras here against Gould. The pitch inside, 1-0. Anthony Calarco looms on deck. Swung on, line drive, base hit right field. Here comes the winning run. The throw in from Jones is not going to be in time. And the Boomers walk it off on Independence Day. And they complete the comeback, scoring 5 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to win it. When we come back, we'll talk about it on the Papa John's postgame show. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
Welcome back to the Papa John's postgame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and on 96.9 WYIR. 8-7. And they walk it off in thrilling fashion in the ninth. Evansville at one point had a 7-2 lead in this one, gave up 5 in the eighth for a tie game, and then 2 in the ninth to close the show. Evansville did fight back. J.J. Cruz had 3 homers tonight. We can't overstate how big of a night that is for him. 2-run homer in the fifth, a solo shot in the seventh, and a solo shot in the ninth to give this team the lead. But the Boomers do come out on top eventually. It'll be a blown save and a loss against Valdez. The hero tonight was Michael Gould, who ended up with 4 hits, 2 triples, 2 singles, including the RBI single that got this team the win. A tough one for Evansville here as they battled so hard, but they do fall. They are now 21-27 on the season. Schaumburg improves to 29-20 after the walk-off win. We take a quick look around the league, and Lake Erie on top of Gateway currently in the top of the 10th, 2-1. Mississippi does beat Washington 2-1, and then Florence beating Joliet 12-3. So that'll do it here on this Papa John's postgame show. Remember, Papa John's the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network, the home team network, and on 96.9 WYIR. Tomorrow, there'll also be a 6:30 p.m. start. I'll be here with you here at Wintrust Field for that one. Be sure to join us. It's going to be a fun one tomorrow, and Schaumburg should be a fun series.